Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Today, going to be a match between Terror and MVP here on Fighting Spirit. Top right, going to be our orange Zerg. It is Terror. And in the bottom right, MVP, our blue Terran. I can't find any evidence of MVP belonging to the Minus clan on Wikipedia, but this is the only MVP in Wikipedia. And my introduction to MVP was him winning several world championships in StarCraft 2. So, he's a pretty darn good Brood War player back in the day, and an even better one in StarCraft 2. Man, he was terrifying with Terran. Ooh. Still have some PTSD from that. Alright, so Terror the Overlord scouting out. What is... those the tentacles moving, just dragging around, wiggling. Yep, okay. Thank you for answering my question, Terry. And yeah, Fighting Spirit, the most classic of StarCraft maps. Doon. Hit that like button if you're excited for a ZVT featuring Terror and MVP. Terror is very, very good at ZVP, but ZVT is something of a weak spot compared to that other matchup. So we'll see if MVP can give Terror a good fight and maybe even win the game here. Barracks coming up, Overlord scouting for proxies and a hatch first here from Terror. So all is well. All is well in ZVT land here. SCV Scout, scouting the right way on this 4-player map. It's all good in the hood. A drone moving out too for that scouting purpose. Wanting to see, do I need to worry about maybe proxy racks? Let's see if we can find, yeah, that's why you scout the center here. In case it's a weird proxy racks, and this is a pretty common place here in Fighting Spirit to do it. SCV comes in to see what is what and says, okay, so there's gas getting taken. This isn't a crazy 3-hatch before pool play or anything. And the pool's on the way too, so obviously that's not the case. Yeah, so drone not going to see what it wants to see. Overlord's not going to see anything either here because there's not an expansion yet. Are we getting the money for it? Yeah, I think we're starting to save up the cash for that command center. I mean, recognizing the timing here, right? On that, oh, I'm an idiot. I thought that was gas. That's the pool. Derp. You know where that is, Falcon. All right, it's midnight. I spent too long today playing Elden Ring, and I was like, I should cast some games before I go to bed. Now it's too late, and my brain is dumb. Sorry about that. I'm enjoying Elden Ring, though. I'm late to the party. I'm usually late to the party on these things, but yeah, definitely enjoying it. There is a certain threshold of games where if it's too hard, I'll stop playing it. If I'm dying all the time, I'm like, oh, this is stupid, and I'm done. But if it's too easy, I'll stop playing it because I get bored. So, yeah, I just got to find this little sweet spot, and so far, Elden Ring has been there. There are definitely some bosses I haven't been able to kill. I've killed, I think, 2 or 3 of them now. Very proud of that. Some mobs I have trouble with, especially the ones on horseback. They just tend to crush me. But everything else, you know, I'm doing pretty good with the giants and pretty good with shield bearers and things like that. And it's been fun. It's been pretty fun. I've got one of my coworkers who really loves Elden Ring, and he's been giving me some tips about it, and that's been helping too. Anyway, SCV comes in and says, okay, so there's some Marines out. Terror the Overlord getting shot in the face a little bit. That would be a really crazy push. The 4 Marine 1 SCV push. Not really a standard timing by any stretch of the imagination. Where's your going second barracks? Are you going for an academy? What's the plan? There's your academy. Okay. So academy on the way. Probably a second barracks if I had to guess what the plan is here. Doing a bit of a Maynard transfer down to this 3rd base now that it is complete. And Terran on the other side. I like the macro hatch. Like I said, I've been incorporating it into my play more and more often. Macro hatches are just good for Zerg, especially for someone who's not as good at macro as, you know, Terror is. If Terror could use the benefit of a macro hatch, I think you could too, fellow Zerg player. So, lair before speed, which is what gets scouted here from MVP. He recognizes this is going to be faster mutas than if he waited for metabolic boost to start before going for that lair upgrade. So, it's all good. And the second gas is really early too. So this is a lot. This is a lot of mutalisks being committed to already here from Terror. So turrets need to be a thing. Engineering Bay getting started. Maybe a little bit early, but if you want to go for that +1 attack timing, Engineering Bay earlier is better too. Stim on the way. And Spire timing is now. You are Spire? Well, I'm your Spire. Imagine how weird it would be, like you're friends with your fellow drones. Hey, Tim. Hey, Bob. Hey there, Susie. How's it going? Great. And then Martha one day wanders over and becomes the Spire. Like, is she part of the hive mind still? Do you think buildings are part of the hive mind still? Do they receive commands from the Overmind or from Kerrigan or any of the Cerebrits? That is an interesting question. I need some lore experts to answer this. Yeah, dumping in here when there's a fire bat and this many Marines, No. It's well positioned. Like, this is probably too many Lings. You're not going to get any damage done with it. Fire bat in the mix. Oh, picking off the fire bat. No, he pulls back. He pulls back to the safety of the group. This is probably a fourth base drone, and in fact, it definitely is a fourth base drone over there on the top left. Yeah, things are good. Hit that like button if you're enjoying this one. I know some of you are watching in a place where you can't really hit the like button because they're like on an Xbox or a PlayStation or something. I get that, but you know, for the rest of you, if you're enjoying the cast so far, if you're enjoying the channel in general, liking my videos just helps the algorithm just notify other people that I'm here, because YouTube has a billion different channels with 100 billion trillion videos, and it can only choose what to show to certain people, you know. So liking it tells their algorithm this is fairly popular. Let's check this out. Let's maybe send this to other Brood War fans and they can enjoy it. So Hydralisk Den on the follow, but 9 mutas pop in as we expected based on that second gas timing. So tons of mutas on the way. Turrets getting produced as the mutas are popping out of their eggs. Extra turrets being produced because he saw that second gas timing, right? He's like, we probably need more than the standard 2 to 3. Yeah, this is that 4? No, that's 3. That's 3, and that's a comm set, and that is a missile turret. Okay. So we need more than the traditional 3 missile turrets here. This is Mutalisk Central Lurker aspect getting researched at the same time for the defense of this 4th base for sure. Or 3rd base for sure. Did I call that a 4th? Why did I call that? Again, it's after midnight. I'm sorry. My brain is dumb. 3rd base. 3rd base defense. Gonna send some hiders over for that very purpose. And the mutas are here to prevent the Terran from moving out and killing that 3rd base. So everything is working out, you know, doing what it's gonna do here from Terror. He's got everything in his build worked out to perfection. And this is about the time things can get a little bit dicey, right? Do you keep your Mutalisks alive? Are you picking off SCVs? Do you feel like you're actually kind of crippling the Terran a little bit? Or are they just really not having much trouble rebuffing the Mutalisks that you invested so much money into? Because you can kind of do the same thing with 5 to 6 mutas and keeping that 3rd base alive until Lurker aspect is done. But making 9 indicates you are seriously invested here. A hive is on the way back home from Terror. These Lings are just waiting for command centers to start getting built here at this 3rd base location for the Terran because they will kill it. That's what they're all about. So just trying to do a little bit of muta stacking here. All right. I mean, doing it while constantly taking missile turret fire is not exactly great. And with the move out, and then the Lings are going to try to sharken the back way. Oh my gosh, he's still okay. So he just wants to get Lings into the main base. Get a scout off. The mutas are performing that very well. Oh, killing these tanks would totally suck. He wants the tanks. He's going to lose all the mutas to kill these tanks. Yep. Not all of them, but all but 2 of them are dead now. So a perfect scan happens. He killed the only 2 siege tanks that existed in the game, forcing MVP to rebuild entirely from square one. The Lurkers are trying to set up something here at the front, but MVP's like, no. No, you're not. Lurker. Doing some lurkery stuff. 3rd gas has already been taken here. 3rd base timing. 2nd engineering bay. It means we're just definitely going for, extra racks here too. So it is going to be, it's not really going to be 8 racks, is it? It's going to be a bunch of Marines and medics and siege tanks in the mix. Which, traditionally, we don't see siege tanks with this kind of play if it's an 8 racks. We just see the Marines and fire bats and medics and then science vessels, too. I mean, he's definitely working on that science vessel production, so let's not say he hasn't forgotten that at all. 4th base coming in, defended by 3 lurkers. Again, not as good as defending this ramp with 3 lurkers, but, you know, this bridge with 3 lurkers is not bad either. The problem is the siege tanks with the science vessel spotting are pretty much the anti-lurker strat. But Consume's on the way. Adrenal's getting started here sub 10 minutes, too. Which means that Terror is just really burning fast into that tech. Is that a whole position trap? It might be a trap there, but the science vessel says, no, you're not going to trap my boys. Marines are so brave. They kill one of the lurkers, but man, lose about 4 or 5 Marines there too. Very, very dangerous stuff. Scourge on the way to try to deal with the science vessels, as they are wont to do. And there's that 4th base now popping in on that top left-hand side. So this attack is going to be a little bit dicey for the Zerg player. Siege tanks can really force the lurkers back. This is why they're setting up the forward position to force the tanks to siege up, then they move back, and then it just slows down the advance. Because there's not a lot here right now for Terror. He's got some Lings and a few lurkers, and that's not exactly what you want here. Scourge, okay, they do take down a science vessel. Lings are keeping the Marines occupied otherwise, with, you know, the fact that there are Zerglings in their face. I don't know what that button is to bring everything up, but I hit it. Irradiate's on the way here too, and okay, Dark Swarm is up. Let's go. No, those Scourge are not connecting with anything. Goodbye, Scourge. That was terrible control from Terror. He kept one of his dudes alive, but the entire Terran army is forced to retreat from the Dark Swarm, because of course they are. It's all Marines and tanks. They don't have any answer to it whatsoever. If they had a lot of tanks, maybe they can make this happen, but let's wander over to the top left and see if maybe that's an easier thing to kill. And the answer is not really for you guys. No, it's not. Is he gonna? He better scan it first. My gosh, he better scan it first. I know he's been scanning. Oh, kind of catching. Oh, this lurker attempt. But then the Dark Swarm. Yeah, those lurkers were caught out, and then they were fine. Still posturing, still posturing. Oh, another great Dark Swarm. Elite Zerg players. Just that's how you know it's an elite Zerg player. With Dark Swarms that are placed perfectly where they need to go, and the Terran gets frustrated by it. You can feel the Terran's abject frustration with Dark Swarm placement. The Zerg is doing it right. That's exactly what's happening here. Vulture on the way. So we're getting Spider Mines. This is something we've talked about in ZVTs recently, where you go for this Marine medic stuff, but also you start implementing some Vultures with Spider Mines, just throwing them around. They just trade so well against Zerglings and Ultras and whatnot. Ling's trying to maybe roll into this 3rd base location of MVP, but there's enough Marine. Look at these guys. They're like, hey, come in here and take down our command center. Jump. By that I mean they're totally letting the SCV die and letting the Lings run to them. That's not what I thought was going to happen at all. Huh. Did you really try to go in? Maybe trying to go in there. I don't know. More Dark Swarm. Nice Scourge targeting there too. Fantastic stuff here. Lurkers. Wow. But wandering into the Spider Mines. Getting some hits there. Really weakening some of these lurkers. Dude, these two are very, very injured. Spider Mines. If the lurkers come up, they're gonna die. Firebat. Yeah, they're not close enough for that splash damage to register. Unfortunately, another Dark Swarm comes up. Another Irradiated Defiler. Excellent Irradiate placements is how you know it's an elite Terran player too. When Defilers don't usually last, you know, more than one battle. Once they're engaging with the Terran army, they get irradiated and die. That's the trick. If the Defilers are staying alive in your game, it means the Terran is playing very poorly. So Adrenal Lings are here. We got no attack upgrades, but they're working on +1. Chitinous Plating's coming in 2. Terror does love his Ultralisks. Ling's trying to roll into the 3rd. Nice little Marine welcome convoy there to completely wipe those out. And this one lurker with 10 kills finally gets taken down. That is a really effective lurker there. Plago! Plago! Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Defilers are so slow. Spellcasters are generally pretty slow in the game to make up for the fact that they're really good. Spellcasters are so good in Brood War. Like, insanely good in Brood War. Science Vessels not as fast as Scourge, for example. High Templar pretty slow too. Not as big as not as fast as most of the Protoss army. Lings get caught out here. So here's the problem for you right now, our guy, MVP. It's 3 bases to 4 bases with the 5th base on the way now from the Zerg player. He's got Scourge producing. He's got Ultralisks in his back pocket because he's making chitinous plating. I don't know where the Ultralisk cavern is exactly. I'm probably blind, and it's right... Oh, there it is. It was kind of being hid by that. I accept that for myself. I didn't see it. So nice plague on the science vessels. The Irradiates are the revenge. And the Portafilers... Bleh. Portafilers... Blah, 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 blah. So Scourge not making those connections. The plagues are really good, though. Plago, as the Korean casters would say. Ultras don't have speed. They don't really like engaging with this type of army if they don't have speed, because they are not really fast enough to keep up with a stimmed Terran army stimming and just kiting them, right? Stim attacks, back, move attack, move attack, move attack, move attack, kite. So these science vessels have all been plagued except for one of them, which took some damage. Yeah, nobody's base has died yet. It's kind of, I don't know. In StarCraft, it kind of feels like whoever gets the first base to die is the one who's going to have a rough go of it. The one thing Terror has been known to do is just go for Ling Ultralisk without any Defiler support, but that is not this game. This is some excellent Defiler support. I guess that's more of a Larva thing, too. But I've seen Terror win games as well, where he's like, who needs spellcasters? Falcon said they're good. I don't care. Let's just go ahead and just send Lings and Ultras all the livelong day into this little these little weakened marine balls. Ooh, okay, base gonna go down. So the game has officially started now, where this 6 o'clock base, 5th base of Terror gets completely wiped out. Ling Ultra counterattack heading down to the 3 o'clock. If that one dies, then MVP's in an immense amount of trouble. This one dying for Terror is not as big of a deal, I don't think, in the current state of the game. But yeah, Ultra's very mean. Anabolic synthesis is almost done. Like, super duper almost done. Yeah, just Ultra's kind of getting caught out on their own. It's never a good thing when they're caught out on their own. Their speed is done! Yay! Now you can see them not run fast and just stand there and attack a bunker. Third base in a lot of trouble bringing lurkers along here, too. So yeah, Terror is just making his strategy a billion times more effective with spellcasters. Irradiated Ultras fighting Marines. It's always fun. Might as well get in here and kill some stuff, Ultralisks. You're irradiated. I don't know that standing here, letting spines go through your body is the right thing. How do those spines not do damage to this Ultralisk, right? Like, that is visual evidence of lurker spines going through an Ultralisk body and not doing damage to it. How crazy is that? Oh, this Ultra survived with 22 HP. I don't think MVP was ready for that. I don't think he knew this Ultralisk was going to survive because he is wrecking up. Oh, no! Oh, no! Okay, so this Ultralisk is having a wonderful time. He almost doesn't know what to do with himself. Dude, MVP, your SCVs are under attack. Are you getting the notification in your ear, good sir? This can't happen. So MVP is going to lose this game now because this Ultra... Oh, we finally recognized what's going on after the Ultra got 14 kills. 14 kill Ultralisk. 14. Oh, but look who found Terror's attempt at getting a new 5th base over here at the 9 o'clock. That's going to die. Okay. So, he's doing a good job, Terror is, of harassing this 3rd base, but he hasn't killed it. Uh-oh. He didn't actually do... Hold on. This base is not actually going to die. Or will it? Yeah, Ultra's fighting at a choke one by one. No. Okay, well. Firebat's taking some serious hits here, though. The Ultras have arrived. This Ultralisk is trying to save this space all by his lonesome. Here come more Ultras. Here come more Zerglings. They've got more attack upgrades now than the 0 they had before. In fact, they have 2. +3 attack would be pretty awesome for them as well. Trying to come down and kill the 3rd base. Because again, your win condition at this point is basically kill the Terran's 3rd base. Why did you not protect this 5th, though, Terror? Questionable decisions. Questionable decisions here. And this hatchery is now going to die. I thought it was going to die a while ago. Ultra showing up, getting chased away, and trying to take this right side base, which this Firebat totally sees, by the way. Firebat's like, yo, there's another base we can kill. So, yeah, I mean, honestly, that's probably what I'd be doing, is just be like, okay, look, Terra gets 4 bases, but he doesn't get 5. That's maybe the strategy I'd be going for here if I was MVP and I was his brain. No, don't send the whole army to check this out. Don't send the whole army to check bases. Just send 1 Marine. Oh, this drone here. That's the base. Oh my gosh. Okay, so he does die. I was wondering if he would survive going through all of those Marines. 3 attack, 2 armor. Irradiating all the stuff. Gosh, a Plague and Irradiated Ultralisk is going to do a lot of work here. See, Terror's not really microing all that much, but I guess neither is MVP. God, that was kind of amazing. Scourge trying to make connections. Plague's happening. Oh, he sent a group up to kill this base. How wonderful. How wonderful he did that. Yeah, so, okay, he just lost a lot of stuff, but he's up 132 to 1-3 supply, which is kind of amazing. He kept a lot of his medics alive, which is a pretty big deal in this particular matchup. Keeping your medics alive is a beautiful thing. He needs a 4th base, is what he needs. He's starting to mine out his main base. He's not really mining from it at all. His natural base actually has a dearth of SCVs there, too, to be honest with you. And his 3rd base is potentially really, really oversaturated. So I don't know. He's not really distributing the SCVs well enough here. But more Ultras, more Defilers, +3 melee attack is on the way now. And Scourge! Okay. I think they probably could have killed 2 of the Science Vessels, but 1 is fine. Oh, gosh. There you go. That's the 2. That's the 2. You look for the ones who are plagued already, and they're visually plagued, so they're easy to spot now. You don't have to click on them. Ah! Terror! Okay, all right. Science Vessel count gets reset. Okay, that's huge. That's huge for Terror. This bottom left base is not happening, though. Terror's trying to... There's a siege tank here, though. Dude, MVP is on top of this base stuff. He's going to kill it. That's a dead hatch. One more attack. He's got it. Oh, he forces the cancel and the drone. Bleh. This is not a great position for MVP. He's getting flanked. He's getting flanked from the backside. There's Dark Swarm at his top side. He's going to siege the tanks up anyway. But he's not on the right side of the Dark Swarm, so we can't really kill anything in there. Another beautiful Dark Swarm shows up. Ling's rolling through the Dark Swarm. Very happy, very safe. Ultralisk coming for it. Another Dark Swarm pops up, irradiating the Ultras as much as he can here. Oh my gosh, this bottom left base and this right side base is dead. This is crazy. Terror going for the 9 o'clock, and the guy, he has the 12 o'clock now, but not if MVP has anything to say about it. He's been known to check this a time or two. Look at him checking this 9 o'clock as well. Dude, he's all over this. He's going to make Terror mine out on 4 bases and win this game. Watch. He's only on the 3 himself, so this is a really risky strategy for my boy MVP. And again, I feel like Terror was favored coming into this match. If people were placing money bets on it, placing bets on it, they would probably say Terror would have this thing won. Yeah, 12 o'clock goes down, the 9 o'clock's in trouble, but this is going to get saved by almost fully upgraded Cracklings. But guess, kill that drone, kill that drone. This drone's going to rebuild a hatch. Terror's floating cash right now, which is a little bit weird for him. But I think he was expecting to have more production and have more... Oh, okay. I thought he was expecting to have more production and more... Okay, maybe we're just going to move Command Marines through this. So MVP's kind of falling apart all of a sudden here. He doesn't... Maybe it's distraction for this army to come kill this. And the 3 o'clock base is coming up here too. Oh, Dark Storm protected it. That's what we're here for, is a Dark Swarm protecting the base scenario. What is under this Dark Swarm? 3 Zerglings? Are they body blocking? Can you walk past them, do you think? I don't know. They got the +2 attack. This is not looking good for MVP, but both players are under 100 supply. Scrap-tastic, to be sure. How did these Scourge not... Okay, the Scourge are connecting now. Like, how did the Scourge not connecting? This is insanity. Dude, he's just... All right, the money's running out. The money's running out hard. He needs to mine from these mineral patches. He needs the, like, 300 minerals that are here, and he's doing it. Okay, that's good. Terror finally secures a 5th base, and the right side base is done, too. Okay, 5th and 6th base popping up for, I don't know, the 3rd time each. But, once again, MVP more interested in killing expansions than anything else in this game. Radiated Ultralisk is already pretty injured and is going to go down fairly easy. Another Ultra coming in from the backside. Scourge do take down one of the Science Vessels there. Bought some time. The Science Vessels are just absolutely getting beaten to pieces right now. And these Sunkens are not happening. These are Marines with +3 attack and stim. So they both die. 1 Ultra shows up. 2 Ultras show up. Siege tanks on the low ground versus Ultras on the high ground. Siege tank fire with +0 attack. Not as good as +3 attack, but pretty good combination. But Ling's jumping on the siege tanks. The Marines are not covering them well enough. The tanks are going down, and I think Terror has solidified his position on the short side, but maybe he hasn't. But maybe it's still not enough. He evacuates all of the drones. Another attack coming in the left side from MVP. How does he keep sneaking units in here? He's going for the guaranteed damage. Well, not really. He's not controlling these at all, is he? No. Hatchery right side down. 3 o'clock dead. 9 o'clock severely injured. Lings do manage to save it. 12 o'clock base has been taken by Terror. He moves all the drones from the dead 3 o'clock up to the 12 o'clock now, where his new 5th base resides, and MVP has no interest in taking another base here at all. He's up 103 to 97 supply. He has fewer workers than the Zerg player does for sure. Dude, these tanks cannot get caught out here. They can't get caught out here. There's too much Zerg. The Plague on the top side, plus the Dark Swarm, plus the Irradiate doing extra biological damage. I don't think that MVP can win this game. If he kills the 12 o'clock and he kills the 9 o'clock, yes, I think he can win this game, but there's still way a lot of resources at the 3rd and 4th bases of Terror. So maybe not. Maybe not even then. I was expecting those to get mined out more quickly than they are, to be entirely honest with you. But yeah, more and more income from Terror all the time. Dude, I think these drones have to evac. These Lings aren't going to be able to do it. Yeah, so drones evac out the back door as another hatchery dies. MVP might set the record today for the most hatcheries killed without winning the game in a TVZ. I'm not kidding. He's killed so many hatcheries, and I think he's going to lose. It's the fact that he doesn't have a 4th is the biggest concern in the entire world. And yeah, this is younger MVP. This isn't the established MVP who was crushing it in StarCraft 2. So yeah, it makes sense that he kind of struggled to get a 4th base up. I think he's just using all of his army to do base denial instead of protecting potential expansions. Oh, he's flying science vessels into spores, and they've already been plagued. That's so bad. Yeah, that's your GG. This is a last gasp attempt from MVP to win this game, but it's just not happening. 14 more Lings in production, 14 sets of Lings in production, an Ultralisk in production here too. The Nidus not being able to reinforce is nice, and all these tech structures going down could be a problem, but I don't know if that's even going to happen. Lings, the full surround has arrived. Yeah, that's it. Your entire army is gone. I don't think there's any saving it at all. Drones are fighting too. The Ultras are kind of bouncing around like idiots because the medics rather are body blocking them. But no, Ling's slipping through the cracks. All the medics going down. In maybe the most gruesome death in all of StarCraft. MVP says, shut up, Falcon. I can win this game. Do I have a 4th base? No. Is my 3rd base all that well protected? Not exactly, but I'm keeping all of the pressure on Terror, so we won't attack my 3rd base anymore. 3 Ultralisk. Good reaction time there from Terror getting out of there. These Lings, okay, they're not going to engage either. There's not. There is not a way for MVP to win this game, but killing this base would be a path forward. But once again, the 3rd and the 4th bases have so many minerals left. I don't think MVP can make the trades he needs to win this thing. I just don't. Yeah, once again, another army getting wiped out. Too many fire bats to deal with these ultras. So many science vessels have died today. 97 to 60 total supply. And okay, that's it from MVP. I'm looking at it. MVP's not interested in tapping out. He's like, I still have money. Are these extra dense mineral patches in this version of Fighting Spirit or what? Okay, this is finally starting to look really sparse. That 3rd base for the Zerg player is. Maybe it's a special version of the map with more resources in each base, and that's why MVP is so comfortable sitting on 3. Dude, how many armies do you have to lose? How many bases down do you have to be? Oh, this is crazy. This is absolutely insane that MVP is deciding to stand and stay in this match. GG, yo! GG from Terror. Yeah, I don't know why he decided to tap out there. What did he see that he hadn't been seeing for the last 3 or 4 minutes? But it's all good. Everybody can choose to tap out whenever they want to. Or I guess if all your buildings are dead, you can't really make that choice. But until then, that's your choice. Great. I mean, really good, really interesting TVZ there for your Monday, wasn't it? That was something to behold. A beautiful spell casting today from Terror. The Irradiate, not the Irradiates, gosh dang, the Plagues were excellent. The Dark Swarms are excellent. He killed every single science vessel in the game. At one point, there were 0 science vessels remaining, which is really hard to do against this particular strategy, but he pulled it off by just some really nice target firing. And also, that science vessel that flew in range of the Spore up here was pretty bad, too. So, GG. Excellent Ling, Ultra, Scourge, Defiler strategy here from Terror. That is kind of textbook, right? Textbook execution, textbook macro. The base denial was insane in this game. Like, insane. The number of hatcheries that died here today. And yet Terror comes out on top. Crazy. Love it. Love it. Very, very much. All right. That was amazing. That was super, super good ZVT. Hit that like button if you enjoyed it. 205... Bah. My brain is kind of fried right now, but 232,000 points for Terror, 205,000 points for MVP. Outproduced at a 2-to-1 ratio, outkilled and not quite at a 2-to-1 ratio. And 17 Zerg buildings died, and only 2 Terran buildings died. That is a weird thing to see. But yeah, Terror outspent the Terran player by maybe around 20,000 points there, maybe 18,000 points here in a 29-minute game. And that's it. That is it. All right, so that's going to be it for me. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Root War Remastered. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.